There are a few Sonic the Hedgehog games that I was fond of growing up. Sonic Unleashed, Shadow the Hedgehog, and Sonic Adventure DX on the Nintendo GameCube. I didn't have a Sega Genesis as a kid, so I wasn't able to play any of the originals or know what made Sonic great since the beginning, but I was able to at least get some idea of what kind of world they created for him by the amount of characters and things that you could do in Sonic Adventure. Now, Sonic Adventure was released on the Sega Dreamcast in December of 1998, with a re-release of the game in June 2003 with updated graphics and textures. DX was the one I grew up on playing, so that is the one we are going to be talking about today. When booting the game up, you are first introduced to the rock and roll introduction of Open Your Heart by Crush 40. This intro absolutely kicks ass. It gets you so pumped up for what you are about to experience and a taste of what the final boss looks like, which is incredibly terrifying. When you are brought to the main menu, you are shown exactly which characters you are going to be able to play as throughout your playthrough. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Big the Cat, and Epsilon 102 aka Gamma. Now, in order to unlock them all, you have to first play through all of Sonic's playthrough first. Each playthrough of the game with each character is just you playing the same story mode from each of their perspective, which I find pretty cool. It's a way to let you know what certain characters were doing at certain times of the story and what they were getting themselves into. I have to say my favorite playthrough for me was probably Gamma's, just because the storytelling for this playthrough was the best. Very tragic and depressing at points, which is something I was not expecting. Now, of course, I did enjoy playing as Sonic, however, there were certain aspects where I felt the controls were working against me at points. It really sucks when going full speed. When you are trying to get around the bend of a curve, you are stopped dead in your tracks because of an invisible wall stopping you from continuing on your path. The abysmal camera also really didn't help with some of the platforming you had to do. Now, I do appreciate that you can actually change your camera mode from automatic to free camera that you can control with the C-stick, but that only helped during certain scenarios. Now, for as long as you have any rings that you have collected, you can keep getting hit. If you do not have any more rings, however, and get hit one more time, then that is when you will officially die. You do have a life count, so if that ever drops down to 0 when you are on a stage, the stage will start you all the way back at the beginning. Now, each of the characters you play as come with some upgrades for them. Sonic gets the light speed dash, which allows him to perfectly follow a line of rings. Tails gets the ability to his tail whip attack without ever stopping. Knuckles can dig underground. Amy can spin her hammer around, Big the Cat can catch bigger fish and float in water, and Gamma can use a jetpack to hover across obstacles. Tails' traversal is fun to use because he can just fly over to wherever he needs to, which made it pretty easy to get around stages. Knuckles can climb up on walls, which is a nice change of pace. He also does actual fight moves, but I felt like they were very underutilized as I just didn't find myself using it all that much, especially during the boss fights, when all you need to do is just bounce on their head. He can also glide too, which makes fun for traversal at times. Amy's playthrough definitely also felt the shortest out of all of them, and thank God, because I felt like the controls for her were awful. I do like the mechanic of using her hammer to get you to bounce higher into the sky, which that's really all there is to her playthrough. She's slow, her stages are bad. All around, I just did not have a great time with her playthrough. Big the Cat is also there, I feel, to just pad out the length of the game and to add some sense of variety with his fishing minigames, which for me was pretty annoying. However, once you do get the idea of how his minigames are played, then they become very easy. Gamma's playthrough was actually really fun. He moves pretty quickly and his auto aim is a lot of fun to blow stuff up with. Like I said from earlier, his side of the story is just very depressing at points, but I commend them for doing that. I enjoyed that change of pace in storytelling. Speaking of which, the overall story is that Dr. Robotnik uses a monster known as Chaos, with the aid of the Chaos Emeralds, destroy the city so he can build Robotnik Land and rule the city. Very stereotypical for a villain, but it's fine. The voice acting is done well, but the dialogue just holds them back so much from being great.
Watch out, you're gonna crash! Ah!
It also sucks with the fact that the audio mixing is done terribly because the music is completely overpowering the dialogue, so you can't hear them for shit. One of the other features that this game has is what is called the Chow Garden, where you can bring all these little creatures known as Chow throughout your playthrough of stages and bring them back to the garden, where you can raise them. I never bothered with this mechanic of the game. I remember when playing this game with my older sister back in the day that she would spend a lot of time here, but I just found myself enjoying beating the game for myself. I also had this debate with some friends regarding which song by Crush 40 was better, Open Your Heart or Live and Learn. Now, I haven't played Adventure 2 to experience the song along with the game like I did with Adventure DX, but Open Your Heart just to me has a more adrenaline fueled kind of vibe to it than Live and Learn does. I think it's just me. Hopefully when I actually play Adventure 2, I'll be able to actually experience it and jump on that same boat. But for right now, it's still Open Your Heart for me. I'm about to go into some spoiler territory with this review, so if you have not played Sonic Adventure and don't want anything ruined for you, go to this timestamp in the video. Now, when you do finally beat all of the playthroughs with each character, you unlock the final playthrough as Super Sonic. The monster Chaos becomes perfect Chaos after consuming all of the negative power from the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic turns into Super Sonic, which is where Open Your Heart plays as you battle Chaos. This right here is what made the game for me as a kid. This was just awesome to me and I loved every bit of it. Even as an adult, I just played it so many times on repeat with this level as a child. Sonic Adventure DX has its flaws, no doubt, and isn't the best, nor is it anywhere near the best Sonic game. But if you are a big fan of Sonic and enjoy platformers, then I think there is still something here you can enjoy. I hope to get around reviewing Adventure 2 Battle soon before Sonic 3 comes out in theaters in December, so be on the lookout for that in the future. Guys, my name is Pedro Ordonez, also known as GameLight7. Please subscribe, comment, like, thumbs up, do whatever you guys can to support this channel. Let me know what kind of videos you guys would like to see me talk about in the future, and I will see you guys next time in my next video. Peace out.